Everyone join the party. We're gonna chill. We're gonna talk about animals. Gonna talk about specifically my animals that I have, and you're gonna get to see one or two of them. Um, it's gonna be a good time. I thought I'm in a band. I'm the drummer. No one wants to see me. It's not fun. I can just show you my animals instead, and it'll be better. Everyone likes animals. So I'm just gonna get started. Elephant. Rat. Cock. Sea star. These are all animals. And I'm going to talk to you about animals. So I live with, I'm not going to say own, usually three animals. I've got a leopard gecko, Les, who I'm going to show you later on, and two corn snakes. But the corn snakes are with me, and I can't show you them today because, unfortunately, here's a little story time for you. So I don't live here. I'm quarantined at my girlfriend's, and I live in Salford, and I'm not meant to have pets in my room. And one time I was over here at my girlfriend's, and my landlord said she had to go in my room to fix like my door handle because I told her like months before my door handle was broken, and she just showed up when I wasn't there. So anyway, she showed up. She sees all my vivariums. I got three stacked on each other. It's like snake, lizard, all the lights on, everything. So she just took a photo of it, sent it to me, and was like, "You need to get rid of these. Let me know when you have." So my two snakes are currently at my parents' house until I move out in July or whenever that'll be because of isolation. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So I've just got Les with me today, which is the name of my leopard gecko, Leslie for long. His friends call him Les. And he's must be over 3 years old now. But he's a good lad. They say that your pets, take on your personality. And I feel like that's very true, Les, because he's just lazy as fuck. And so am I. And he just spends all day sleeping, which is what I'm doing now, that I have no responsibilities. The government is paying me to sit on my arse, and I love it. So I'm going to get Les out, show you him, so bear with a second. He's a little sleepy. Just roused him up from a nap because in the wild they're nocturnal. Hello. Here he is, boys. Here he is. Yeah, so you'll see he's got his eyes closed because he spends most of the time in the day asleep, and he's also albino. So if you do see his eyes, they're actually red. He is pretty, isn't he? He's a rainwater albino, so that describes his little pattern on him. Because with leopard geckos, you can get a bunch of different patterns on them, and some are more expensive than others. So you can get like black and white ones that look like Dalmatians. Hold on. He's getting a bit freaked out because he doesn't like the light. But yeah, the color contrast is nice. And what I like about leopard geckos is they always look like they're smiling. Uh, Usually, when he's not so lively like this, I can get him to stay still, and you can really see his face. Um, but as well, you can also see his big ass tail, his thick ass tail. Um, that holds like loads of fat. So when he's in the wild and he hasn't got much food for a while, because they come from the desert in the Middle East, not a lot lives out there. They gotta hunt insects at night in the dark. It's hard, so they might go for like weeks without eating anything. What up? What up? So they might go for weeks without eating anything. So this tail stores a lot of fat, so that whenever they go that long stint, they can break down that fat and still use a lot of energy from there. I should show it more to the Facebook camera. They can't see much. There's Les. So another cool thing about their tails is they can also detach. So when they're in a burrow, if their tail's sticking out the end of the burrow because they've had a big meal, they're looking a bit thick, and their tail's sticking out the burrow, they're gonna look like a worm to a bird that's coming along, and a bird's gonna pick at that. It's gonna want to fly away, eat up that delicious worm. And so what the lizard can do, what Les can do, is actually drop his tail, and so the bird will just make off with the tail and the bird will still get a meal, but Les won't lose his life. He'll still get away, and that tail can then regrow. So it won't exactly look the same, but it will regrow and then fill with fat. And, maybe he might get attacked again and he can detach the tail again and regrow. And that's not the same with all geckos. You got the crested geckos. If they lose their tail, they won't grow back. So, you might see some people with pet crested geckos that don't have a tail, they're fine. They just detached it and can't grow it back. Loving the lizard lesson. I'm glad, I thought animals are a good shout. I'm not going to sit here and drum for you. Don't even have a drum kit with me. So what pets have you guys got? Let me know. Someone earlier said they had a bearded dragon. They're pretty cool. I'd like to get one of those one day. But for now, I just got the two snakes and Les, and I'm gonna put him back because he's getting restless, and I don't want to stress him out. So I'm afraid I've had to pop him back for now. But don't worry. There's more to come. I've still got another creature to show you. 3 dogs? That's a lot of dogs. What kind of dogs are they? Had a bearded dragon. Had rabbits. Rabbits are cute. Big fat dog, mastiff Rottweiler. Yeah. I worked at a boarding kennels once, and there was a big Rottweiler there, and she was barking at the gate. She seemed pretty hard. She was scaring people, and then as soon as you were in there, she was lovely. She was just like so cute, giving you love and everything. So Rottweilers are nice. So I got another creature to show you. I'm actually going to show you what I feed my lizard Les. So they're insectivores, so they eat mainly insects. And lately, he's been eating cockroaches. And a lot of you might be a bit squeamish, might not like cockroaches. But I think they're pretty cool, actually, I'm just trying to get one out. Give me a sec. A Bull Terrier, a Staffy, and a King Charles, or whatever it's called. So I might lose some of you here bringing out cockroaches, but I don't care. I think insects are cool. They're one of the oldest lineages of life on Earth. Here we go. So this is a dubia roach, and it's an adult male because I was trying to breed them to feed my lizard. And Les really likes these because they're full of protein and healthy fats, and they fill him up, and they make a nice meal. And you know what? A lot of people have got, fears about cockroaches, squeamish things, but I actually find out they're pretty chill. Like, look at him. He's just chilling, innit? Yeah, of course I can speak parcel tongue, Nick. Every snake owner can. You have to take a test before you own one. Your dragon had cockroaches. Yeah, I think they're nice. Yeah, I used to have Les on locusts as well. But I just like to change up his food every now and then. So can you imagine if you were just eating like spaghetti bolognese every day? You'd be like, man, I really appreciate it, but I fucking had it with spag bol. Do you know what I mean? Les might be like that, with cockroaches. I mean, with locusts, with anything. So this is a male. You can tell that he's a male because of his big wings on the back. And I've never actually seen them fly, so I think they might be flightless. But I'll show you a female, and it's really interesting, the sexual dimorphism that goes on between these insects. So I'll just get a female out. I think I spotted one in here. Just trying to put this one back. Give a bearded dragon a dead mouse? Nah. They're like fruits and veggies and insects. A dead mouse? Too many bones. Like me, they don't eat me. So, here we go. This is the female. Oh! I dropped her on the laptop. Hang on. This is the female. And you can see that she does actually have wings. It might look like she doesn't, but she does. They're just real small on her back. And she's also quite a bit smaller than the male. So Les will prefer to eat the females actually because they don't have the wings. Well, they do have wings, but small ones. So it's less chitin for Les to eat. And that's hard for lizards and anything to digest, really, that feeds on insects. It's what the exoskeleton's made out of, this chemical chitin. So, if an insect's got too much armor, it's too big, the lizard's not going to have a nice time eating that. It's probably going to be like, when you eat a Taco Bell and you get the shits, be like that for a lizard. Just grim, innit? So that's the female. It's pretty cute. So yeah, I was trying to breed them to feed Les, but not got any babies so far. It's a waiting game, you just gotta feed them and hope for the best. So yeah, I wish I could show you my snakes, because they're really cool. I got two corn snakes. One of them's grey and black, and one of them's like red and black. They're both stripy. And they're just really adorable. But I've not seen them for like over a month now because they've been at my parents'. But I might just walk you through Les's setup. I don't know. Maybe seeing this boy has made you think. You know what? I want a lizard. All right, I'll get Les back out. But he will have to make sure he's calm. For anyone that may not have seen him yet, that's tuned in, you know. Come on, boy. There he is. See that smile? Did you see that? Look at it. Usually when I get him out and it's dark outside, he's much more chilled out, you know. Yeah, he's named after Big Les. And my two snakes are named Clarence and Quinton. So I'm just gonna name all my reptiles after Big Les characters. But he's the first pet that I got. So I thought he's a leopard gecko. I'll name it Big Les because he's the main boy. First one of the gang. And he's gonna fall. Might not be the brightest lizard, but you know. He certainly is the cutest. So I was thinking for my next animal, like a year or so down the line, when I've got room and money to keep one, you know, you got to make sure you're prepared before you get animals. You got to do your research. You got to make sure you got the room and that you're able to like take care of them long term, you know. Not that just you can afford to get one, but that you can afford to feed it, take care of it, replenish things that you need. So the next one I'm thinking again is a boa constrictor. And they can get big. They're big snakes. They can get about 6 feet. But I just think they're incredible snakes. So I'm going to put Les back. And then I'll just show you his home briefly. But it's only a temporary home. Because I had to take him on the train all the way here to Liverpool. So it's not where he usually stays. I just want to stress that it's much smaller than where he usually stays because it's his quarantine pad, you know. So name the snake Sassy. Yeah. Well, I was gonna get a skink and name it Sassy because of the alliteration, but I'm not sure I have the commitment for a skink just now. They're a lot more care. Snakes are relatively easy. You still got to know what you're doing, but compared to like, you know, exercising a dog every day, snakes, you know, they don't require much exercising. They like a lot of sleeping. They like a lot of staying in their own space. So I'll show you Les's space for now on the Instagram. I don't know how I'm going to do this with the Facebook. I don't even know if anyone's watching on the Facebook. Well, I don't know. I'll show you it on the Instagram and then I'll bring the Facebook over. So, this is a very temporary space. I want to stress that he's only going to be in here until lockdown finishes, and then I can take him back home. But there's his water dish and some mealworms and a little plant. That's a real plant. Before I put that in there, oxygenate his environment. It's got a little climbing platform, hiding places, and a cave where he spends most of the time. Like I said, he's really lazy, so he just spends most of the time in his cave. And yeah, you can take this off, have a look inside. Yeah, that's his little pad. Yeah, Tumor Island. But yeah, I say that's only temporary. But you know, he'll be back into his normal pad soon when all this lockdown's over, and he'll have lots more place to run around, chill out, chase some cockroaches, eat some insects, and just be good old happy lizard. Because that's what, living with animals is all about. It's that relationship, you get joy from them. You make sure you're providing them the best care you can, the best life you can, and just make sure they're living it up. The best food, everything. And as long as you do that and you've done your research, you're well on your way to keeping animals. But, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. You got to make sure you know what you're doing. Do your research and that. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Talked about what I want to talk about. Any questions, anyone? I don't think there's many of us left. Thanks for those that stuck it out. Thanks for those that have tuned in. It's been 23 minutes of animal joy. I've got to talk about something I've loved. You have got to listen to me, which is always incredible and interesting. So thanks, and you're welcome. I'll see you after lockdown. We'll get some tunes out for you. And make sure you tune in on Thursday. I believe it is Hugh's bass lessons. He's going to tell you through his basses, show you how jazzy he is. You know Hugh. He's just, Hugh. So, yeah, I'm going to stop now because I don't know how to end this. In 3, 2, 1.